Hi, it's Suzanne from www.eft-scripts.com, and I've only got 5 minutes because I tried recording this video a few times and every time there was some kind of interruption, so here I am. Goodness, I'm really angry because I normally work smarter rather than harder, but a set of circumstances earlier this month, which were completely unforeseen, have meant that I had two choices. Either I go back on promises to my children, or I go and do what I said I would do for them, and that costs money. And in order to keep up the money thing, I had to work harder rather than smarter. And in order to work harder rather than smarter, what I had to do is stop cooking at home because there was literally no time. I would have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, start traveling at 6 o'clock in the morning, get to work by 8, start working then, work till 8 o'clock in the evening, come back home and do some more work, go to sleep at 12, get up the next morning at 4 o'clock, and so on. I've done that for a few days, and quite honestly, in all those days, I was completely exhausted. My metabolism was up the spout. And, of course, I had no option but to buy whatever food I could find. Now, I was doing this to make money, to spend my money on expensive organic sandwiches and natural food, is completely out of the question, because I would have spent most of what I earned. Remember, I was working harder, not smarter. I wasn't earning good amounts of money. I was just earning lots of little amounts of money. And then I got this email this one that made me really furious, because saying, oh, well, you know what, the processed diet. And I think, I just bought the best processed white bread I could buy. I bought the best processed meat I could buy to put in it. And I bought the best processed fizzy drinks, which was fizzy water, that I could buy, and that was it, you know. And I've even had crisps with my sandwiches. This is what I had to do for a few days until I had more money, and I could, you know, life would be a bit easier. And it just enrages me that people think, oh, well, you know, our life is easy and we can't understand why you have to eat bright bread. And I think, money. I spend £300 a month on paying back debts, and that is a huge decrease on what it used to be, because I only have 2 more years of paying back debts. I've been chronically in for over 20 years. I have to pay back debts. So on a scale of 10 to 0, I am a 10 angry about it. And even though I'm angry, and I don't have much time to tap before my next appointment, I deeply love and accept myself, and I have to tap this out before my next appointment, because I don't want to start the appointment being very, very angry. Even though I'm angry, I accept myself anyway. It's a 5 now. And I've tapped already a lot before I came on camera. I've tapped on the fact I don't have a rich husband. And a lot of therapists do. That's a fact. A lot of therapists have either a rich husband or a husband who has a really good, steady, secure job. And they have no, you know, if they don't bring in anything through their business, then it's no big deal. But if I don't bring anything through my business, we're homeless. You know, and these are the facts of my life. And there's nothing wrong with it. When I was in the UK, it was a lot easier because people were happy to pay me for my services, whereas here in Cape Town, people just don't like to pay for any service. They like to pay for goods because people aren't important. And so if a person is saying, I have a skill, pay me for the skill, I say, no, you're a person, people aren't important, therefore we won't pay you. And so it's a real struggle sometimes. But I'm really doing it, but only for the last couple of weeks I had to work harder rather than smarter, and that's a fact, and I had to do it because I love my children and I want to fulfill my obligation to them, and I want to do what is right by them. And That was my choice, and I did it. And if in those 2 weeks I had no choice but to eat processed foods, I don't think anybody has the right to criticize me. So I'd really like to tell that person, but if it's you and you're watching, I'm really sorry I'm doing this on video and I'm not facing you, but I really like you. I really like you, and I appreciate our friendship, and I appreciate everything we have. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I will do anything for you that I can. But, oh God, I just wish you would see it my way and not beat me up for having bread and thinking, yes, of course I have to count calories at the moment because I'm eating processed food, and of course it's hard. But that's life. That's my life at the moment, and it will stop next week. All of this will end next week, and I will be back to eating food that I've cooked, which is decent food. I'll be back to working smarter rather than harder. And 3 weeks out of this whole weight loss thing isn't so bad. And I'm doing everything I can to stay on track, and that's fine. So even though I'm eating processed foods, like it or lump it, there is nothing I can do about it. And I'm really sorry that I'm doing this on video instead of facing you. But I have to do a video about something. And I thought this is a great opportunity to do this. And I'm sorry I'm upset. I really am. I know you mean well. If anybody wants to send me advice, please keep it to yourself, because I'll only end up tapping on it. I know everything there is to know, okay? I'm trying to cope with a situation where most people would have given up. I have seen what happened to other people who were as ill as me. Some of them are dead. Some of them are in a wheelchair. Some of them have cancer after cancer after cancer. And look at me, I ran a half marathon last year. Give me some slack, okay? I'm a success. I'm a great success. Don't beat me up with this, because I'm doing really well. I don't need your pity, and I don't need your advice. I've got it. I've got all the advice I need. And thank you for listening. On a scale from 10 to 0, it's a 1, but I'm afraid I have to go because I have an appointment now. And I'm quite happy about eating the processed bread that I have in the fridge at work, and that's fine. That's cool. Next week, I will go back to eating the foods that I love, that I cook, and that aren't so fattening and full of carbs and stuff. Thank you so much for listening. It's Suzanne here from www.eft-scripts.com, and I better go to my appointment. Bye.